All right, you're good to go.
Renee, I think you're muted. We're not hearing you.
Renee, unconnect your audio and then reconnect it. So in the bottom left corner where the microphone is, click on the little area, click audio settings. Let me see here. Where did it go? Go ahead and test your microphone in the audio settings and make sure that it's picking up on your computer. Go ahead and click on the little arrow next to the microphone. Click switch to phone audio. Hold on, where's the disconnect button? Click the, try the same, the little arrow next to the mute button. Click the under select a microphone, click same as system. Try that.
Okay.
Yep, there we go.
Right. Thank you.
I can solve one. That's one problem over the course of a year that I have been able to solve for us. Excellent.
Well, you're very good at it. Thank you very much. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Public hearing before the Akron City Planning Commission will come to order. May I have a motion to accept the minutes from our previous meeting?
So moved.
Second it.
Ms. Boyce,
Yes.
Ms. York, Ms. York.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Public hearing before the Akron City Planning.
I think she's frozen up. Go to Mr. Wyatt,
Aye.
Mr. Owen,
Aye.
Mrs. Green,
Yes.
Ms. York. She's probably reconnecting now.
Yeah, Stephanie has completely disconnected at this point. She's not in my waiting room either. You can wait for her to log back in, or you can keep going. Oh, here she comes. There we go.
I said aye if nobody heard me.
Okay.
I got kicked out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry.
It's all right. The order of procedure here today will be the Department of Planning and Urban Development will present each of the petitions or applications on the agenda. We will hear from the proponents. We will hear from the opponents. The Planning Commission members will then consider their decision on each matter. Our decision may be for approval, disapproval, or time for additional study. Anyone wishing to speak on a specific item under consideration will be recognized and identify himself or herself by name and address. If you intend to speak or offer any comment or opinion pertaining to any items in this program, you will need to be sworn in for your testimony. Mr. York.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Robinson? And any staff who will be testifying this morning, if you could please raise your right hand and unmute your microphones, please. Mr. Weed, are you going to be presenting this morning? Okay, let's have you unmute your microphone and raise your right hand. Do you all swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. PC 2021-16 S&V, sale of city-owned land at Memorial Parkway and Euler Avenue to JAR Enterprises Ohio LLC, parcel 671471. Mr. Westcott, or is it Mr.?
Madam Chair, it'll be me presenting for Mr. Westcott.
Okay, Mr. Wheat?
Yes,
Thank
I'm
you.
Frederick Wheat with OID. The city of Akron is owner of parcel number 6717471, which is a large tract of vacant land located in and around Memorial Parkway and Euler Avenue. The city is proposing to sell approximately 4.5 acres of the parcel located to the east of Euler Avenue and Memorial Parkway, including a small portion of existing right-of-way to JAR Enterprises of Ohio LLC. The parcels are all zoned single-family residential. JAR Enterprises of Akron, Ohio is requesting to purchase the city-owned land pending a complete survey to create and grow an eco-friendly woodlot. JAR Enterprises currently own several parcels abutting this property. The proposal from the purchaser is to remove dead or diseased trees from the site and plant new, high-value, quality trees. The maintenance and improvement to the site will benefit the environment, resulting in enhanced wildlife habitat and prevention of erosion, thus increasing the value of the property over time. JAR also proposes to create a butterfly pollinator wildflower prairie, where they would plant and maintain perennial flowers that attract and provide food for pollinating insects and birds. The price of the land will be 5 cents per square foot plus a $42 filing fee. No objections to the proposed sale of the city-owned land have been received by any department. The sale would divest the city of land for which it will no longer have to maintain and return the property to the tax rolls. The planning staff recommends approval.
Thank you. Is there anyone here to speak in favor of this item? Mr. Robinson?
Good
Give us your
morning.
name and address, please.
Good morning. My name is James Robinson. My address is 1900 Camden Avenue, San Jose, California.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just wanted to say very briefly that I appreciate the staff bringing this proposal forward to Planning Commission. As you may, some of you may remember, a few years ago when we purchased a few lots adjacent to this property, we have gone ahead on those properties and planted upwards of 1,200 trees on the adjacent property. And we hope to do a similar thing here, in addition to the pollinator prairie, which we hope to attract pollinators, bees, and butterflies with a plethora of wildflowers.
Thank you. Is anyone else to speak in favor of this item? Anyone to speak in opposition? Any questions from the commission? Recommendation.
Move to approve.
Second.
And Mr. Wyatt,
Aye.
Mr. Owen, Mr. Owen,
Aye.
Ms. York,
Aye.
Ms. Boyes,
Yes.
Mrs. Green.
Yes. Thank you. Public hearing on this item is closed. Good luck and thank you, Mr. Robinson.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Do we have anyone coming in for the next
Next, we
item?
have Sean Shropshire.
Okay. The public hearing before the Akron City Planning Commission will come to order. The order of procedure here today will be the Department of Planning and Urban Development will present each of the petitions or applications on the agenda. We will hear from the proponents. We will hear from the opponents. The Planning Commission members will then consider their decision on each matter. Our decision may be for approval, disapproval, or time for additional study. Anyone wishing to speak on a specific item under consideration will be recognized by himself or herself by name and address. If you intend to speak or offer any comment or opinion pertaining to any items in this program, you will need to be sworn in for your testimony. Mr. York.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Ms. Gregg, I see there are two phone numbers on the screen. Is one of those Sean Shropshire?
No, one of those was apparently the gentleman from the last item, and I have no idea who the other one is. They haven't responded.
I'm Susan Cook.
Okay.
Well, both of them were for the last item then.
Yeah, I'll swear in Sean and Susan. Susan, do you have video capability?
No, I do not. I'm at work. No.
Okay. I'm going to ask you both to raise your right hand. Sean, if you could unmute your microphone.
Yes.
Sean, could you unmute your microphone, please?
I did.
Okay.
Not John, Sean.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No problem. Hold on.
I wonder if she can hear us.
I was gonna say.
Ms. Shropshire, can you hear us? Doesn't look like it.
Mm-mm. I sent her a message. Let's see here. System. Mike, start dancing. Get her attention.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Gary, you should send her a letter.
Yeah, she said that later. It might not make it.
I know.
Sorry.
Do we have a phone number for Miss Shropshire? Does Liz have one? You're muted, Mike.
Yeah. Hang on one second.
Well, we've never had so many technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Know it.
I've never been booted off of Zoom before. That was weird.
Mm.
Yeah, Alyssa, I'll email it to you.
Okay.
Baker Young,
Mm-hmm.
328-6729.
Here it is.
Don't mind my dog being ridiculous right now.
Maybe pretty soon we won't need to be doing this. Can all meet in
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
With
In the
any luck.
CDC, so
Oh no, I won't be able to run the Zoom meeting anymore.
we'll miss you, Alyssa.
We'll invite you anytime.
It has
Sure.
been convenient though, hopping on Zoom.
I know.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, it has been. It has been. Learn some new technology. I know that.
I don't know what else to do. She did not pick up.
Oh,
She might.
Granted, my
be
phone
on-
number might look like a spam caller since I don't have
yeah.
a 230 area code.
Can we do a chat message with her?
I sent a couple. She has not seen them.
Can you make a note and hold it up in front of you, Mike? Tell her to unmute.
I'm grabbing a piece of paper.
So she,
Let's see. Well, she just can't hear us though. Sean, can you hear us at all?
Now, can you make a note and just hold it up in front of yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there's one.
Is that backwards?
No,
no, it's fine.
Oh, there you go. That's what she needs to do. I didn't really know what to ask her.
Mine.
There we go.
thanks, Gary.
This is such an odd problem to have to solve.
May not know who that's supposed to be going to.
Well, I didn't tune my hair, so I'm going to turn this camera back off.
This was going to be a very short meeting.
Yeah.
Right. I have a meeting after this. It may just be that her volume isn't up.
You're right.
Tell her to answer her phone and then call her. Like a note to answer your phone.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to call her again.
She may have her phone on airplane mode. Look, she's getting tired waiting.
I mean, I can give her a call right now. Unless Alyssa's doing that.
Everybody call.
Yeah. Stephanie, try that sign language again. You was pretty good. Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
Oh, there we go.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Awesome.
there
there
we
we
go.
go.
I've been trying to get a hold of you for a while. I'm
Sorry.
glad you're with us.
All right, let's go.
All right. I think we've still got everybody. Are the cooks still there?
Yes.
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 Okay.
All right.
Ms. Shropshire, Mr. and
Yes.
Mrs. Cook, if you could all raise your right hand, please. I'm going to swear you in. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, PC 2117 CU, petition of Sean Shropshire for conditional use to establish a type A childcare home at 2414 Nicholas Avenue. Mr. Antonucci.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair, Commission members. I'm going to share my screen here real quick on this. Get the program back up so we can see the, okay. Sean Shropshire is requesting permission to establish a child daycare home, a type A, at this location. The
You
proposed
don't have the
daycare.
right screen up.
Oh,
We see your home screen with the beams on it.
oh, okay. Sorry. Well, let me see here. So we fix this. Okay. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Okay, Sean Shropshire is requesting permission to establish a child daycare home, a type A, at this location. The proposed daycare business center, also known as SWS Childcare LLC, would occupy 2 bedrooms and television room with this 1-story, 1,290 square foot ranch dwelling. The facility would provide services and activities for up to 12 children at a time, ranging from 2 to 11 years of age. The daycare would be operated daily from 6 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. There would be no overnight stays. Petitioner plans on hiring up to 3 additional employees if approved. The property contains a rear yard outdoor play area, and the backyard is enclosed. There is also space for an indoor play area within the attached garage. The petitioner has stated that she currently operates a type B for 6 or less children, and the daycare is in compliance with the state of Ohio. Due to flexible and varied scheduling needs of the children, the proposed daycare business center should not significantly raise the activity on this property nor have a detrimental effect on nearby homes. The dwelling contains an attached 2-car garage with ample room for drop-off and pickup. The Ellett property is well maintained. Providing quality daycare services is beneficial to the entire city, and as such, the planning staff supports the request. Thank you.
Thank you. Wishing to speak in favor of this item? Ms. Shropshire?
Oh, for me to speak?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Yeah, my goal is to become a type A, providing services for parents needing to go back to work. The goal for this is to give parents an option of not having to enroll their children into a larger child care center due to COVID-19. I am located on a dead-end street where there's very little traffic. My yard is fenced in. And I also, I was working for Akron Public Schools, so I have some, I've been in that career for like 4 years. So my goal is just to help parents go back to work and grow the community.
Thank you. Could you give us your address, please?
It's 2414 Nicholas Avenue, Akron, Ohio, 44305.
Thank you. Is
You're
there
welcome.
anyone else to speak in favor of this item? Anyone to speak in opposition?
Yes.
Yes. You can go ahead, John.
Give us your name and address, please.
My name is John Cook. I live at 2435 East Lawn Avenue. I have for 42 years. I also own the lot across the street from the petitioner's house at 2437 Nicholas and 3 parcels east of that. My concern is for the property value. If I was going to buy a home or look for a place to live, I wouldn't want to buy next to it a daycare center. I have a son that's even considering building on that lot at 2437, and now he's having reservations about it just because of that. I don't have a whole lot to say, but I guess the main thing is that this is a residential area, and it has been. I've lived down here altogether for almost 60 years, and it's not a business area, and it's been built for residential. Thank you very much.
Thank
Mike,
you.
can you pull up the map so I can see where they live, the Cooks, and what properties they own?
I can
Sure,
give you
there
the
you go.
parcel number.
I believe it's this 2437.
Where they live or one they own?
We live at 2435 East Lawn.
Okay.
We have a lot of parcels in the back that we own, and it dead
Parcels
ends
in-
into all of our property.
So that's
671,
2433.
93, and 9223 are behind our home. And then we own the parcel with the address of 2437 Nicholas, which is across the street from the petitioners.
Are those rentals?
Excuse me?
No,
Are those
no,
rental
they're empty
properties?
lots.
Oh, they're empty
No, they're empty
lots.
lots.
It
They're
looks
empty
like-
lots.
They're empty lots right now.
Okay,
The one is the one of my son. There was a house at 2437. It was a meth house. It was torn down a few years ago, and we acquired the lot. And my one son is considering building a home there now. And when he was over here the other day, and we were telling him all of this, he's kind of reconsidering it just for the reason.
Mike, these look like they're built properties. Is this an old map or something?
It may be that our mapping guy generally goes in and sees what's on our GIS, and they could have been raised recently. It may be that this lot at 2421, well, that's not, this is the one over here. Could be that it could be split possibly, and then a house could be built on the other side.
Okay.
But I understand that the Cooks live at 2435, is that correct?
Right.
Yes.
Okay,
East
so
Lawn.
that's a house there.
Okay.
hmm But we're always in our yard. We're always in the backyard. And it's residential. There's a lot of brick and mortars that could use rent if they want to build a daycare center.
Well, just for clarification on this is Mike Antonucci, the zoning manager. Just for clarification on this for the Cooks, these are type A residential daycare homes. So this isn't going to be something where it's going to look like a daycare business center. It won't look like a retail situation. It'll always look like a home. They'll have children in the home, but there's a special allowance through the state, and it needs to be heavily licensed. They have to meet lots of requirements, but it's basically a continuation of what Ms. Shropshire is already doing there with 6 kids. Only this at this point it would be 12 with extra, licensing requirements from the state. But it will always look like a house. Just so
Well,
you're
right.
aware
It
of
will
that.
always look like, I'm aware it's going to look like a house, but there's also, it's a dead end, and it dead ends into all of our property. Where is her help going to park at? Where are these kids going to play at if they're not in the backyard? Is it going to be an issue for us coming in and out of we use our backyard to come in and out of a lot. Now we're going to have to be concerned of kids playing in the street there. That's my concern too. The safety. Are these kids always going to be in that little black fenced-in backyard?
Okay, Ms. Shropshire, can you answer that question, please?
Yes. My yard is fully fenced in, and yes, they will be in the backyard.
Thank you. Also like to letter of objection from Mrs. Geraldine Blonde, 2432 Newton Street. Are there any questions from the commission?
Can you show me that on the map, Mike? 2437 Newton.
2432 Newton.
Okay, I wondered why she could, but it goes all the way to Nicholas.
Mm-hmm.
Her backyard is also on Nicholas.
Yeah, I see that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Madam Chair, I do have a question.
Tina?
So Ms. Shropshire, how long have you been operating a daycare at that particular location?
For a year and 6 months.
And I guess my question to the cooks is, what kind of problems have you seen that would give you pause that Ms. Shropshire add a few more children to that existing daycare?
There's not enough space for 12 kids or in that yard. My concern is they're going to be out into the street. My concern is the parking to where she's going to have all these employees at. And if it's going to block our way of getting in and out of our street, the kids playing in the street, the ages of these kids. Right now, no, everybody's been locked up in their house because of COVID. Now everybody's going to be coming out. I mean, my husband's retired. I'm retiring next year. And I just, the concern of it all. It's just a residential area is always the way we looked at it. It's a quiet, peaceful area, and that's like the way we want to keep it.
So it sounds like maybe there haven't been any problems with the operation.
No.
Thus far. Okay.
No, not with the little, I think she has 4 kids there now.
There's a big difference between 4, 5, or 6 kids to 10 or 12 kids.
Well, and just from experience with some of these petitions, some of that daycare is spread out through the course of the day. And honestly, like a lot of these petitioners, the problem that I'm seeing is the city of Akron has different rules than the state does. So every time they want to add a few more children, they have to come back to the city to get permission to do that, even though the state already allows them to. So I guess my question is twofold. I know we brought this up in the past, is there a plan to make these things the same so these petitions don't come up all the time? And secondly, for Ms. Shropshire, do you plan on having 12 kids at your residence at any given time, or are you just trying to add a few to comply with the city's rules?
I'm just trying to add a few.
Would you be adding staff? And how many
Yes.
do you think? How many do you think?
Probably 2, because I can only care for 6 kids at one time by myself.
So Ms. Shropshire, more than likely the staff will be spread it out throughout the day, correct?
Correct. So if there's only 6 here at one time, it'll just be myself operating. Even in the evening, so like if I have somebody coming in to kind of like relieve me, it'll just be that person. So there won't be multiple people parking at one time. We also have a very long driveway as well.
How old are the kids?
The youngest is 2, and she'll be 3 in July.
And the oldest?
11.
Okay. I mean, these kids don't play in the street now, do they?
No, and I also have 15 grandkids myself,
Right.
with 1 great granddaughter. So,
Right.
I mean, if we're given something at one given time at my home, there's actually 15 of them that could be here at one time, even like for Thanksgiving.
Are there any other questions from the commission? The recommendation?
I'd like to move to approve.
Second.
Okay, Mr. Wyatt,
Aye.
Mr. Owen,
Aye.
Ms. York,
Aye.
Ms. Boyes,
Yes.
Mrs. Green.
Yes. Public hearing on this item is closed. And do we have someone coming in for 18?
Yes, we have Alan Hill and Zach Cole.
Okay, thank you. This public hearing before the Akron City Planning Commission will come to order. The order of procedure here today will be the Department of Planning and Urban Development will present each of the petitions or applications on the agenda. We will hear from the proponents. We will hear from the opponents. The Planning Commission members will then consider their decision on each matter. Our decision may be for approval, disapproval, or time for additional study. Anyone wishing to speak on a specific item under consideration will be recognized and identify himself or herself by name and address. If you intend to speak or offer any comment or opinion pertaining to any items in this program, you will need to be sworn in for your testimony. Mr. York.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Hill and Mr. Cole, you could both unmute your microphones and raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, nothing but the truth?
I do. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. PC 2021-18 CU, petition of Allen Hill use to construct an oversized garage at 49 Jewett Street. Mr. Antonucci.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Commission members. Allen Hill is seeking approval to construct an accessory structure in the rear yard of his residence. The proposed structure measures 38 feet in width, 28 feet in length, and 27 feet in height. The proposed two-story structure would be situated at the rear of the lot, 6 feet from the east property line, 10 feet from the north property line, and 16 feet from the rear property line of the adjacent property at 55 Jewett. The structure would be clad in vinyl siding to match the dwelling. The 10-12 pitch roof would be asphalt shingled and it featured two large shed dormers on the front side and single dormer on the rear. The front would feature a wide overhead door for the storage of two vehicles on the south half, a smaller set of doors on the north half to allow for storage of lawn and household tools and equipment storage, and a bank of 4 windows on each of the dormers to allow natural light to the upper floor. The second floor would be provided 905 square feet of additional living space for the owner and would include a half bathroom. The structure would be placed on a poured concrete foundation, and water, sewer, and electric would be extended from the existing dwelling. Access to the garage would be through shared drive between the petitioner's residence and the neighboring property to the north at 55 Jewett. This dense neighborhood on the periphery of Summa Akron City Hospital is characterized by modest homes on typically small, narrow lots. The housing stock in this area can present challenges to home buyers who often desire more spacious lots and dwellings or additional space. The petitioner purchased the residence from the owner of the adjacent properties on both sides and has made substantial improvements on the property. In October 2020, he purchased the small rear lot from the city of Akron. Petitioner stated that the structure would only be used for personal storage of vehicles and equipment and to provide additional living space for his family. Planning staff recognizes the investment the petitioner has made in improving and stabilizing the neighborhood. The proposed accessory structure is an attractive, creative solution to provide personal storage as well as additional living space and will add value to the property and the neighborhood without having negative effects on the surrounding properties. Office of Integrated Development Planning staff recommend approval subject to conditions. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone wishing to speak in favor of this item?
Yes.
Mr. Hill?
Yeah, thank you, Mike. I think you summarized it well, so I don't need to add too much, but just wanted to say that I moved in to this neighborhood 7 years ago and purchased my house from Zach Cole, who's also on the call today. And we've just been making improvements to the area, but one thing that I've been lacking is currently I park on Zach's lot to avoid parking in the street, and I don't have anywhere to store anything. So thankfully, I have a neighbor who lets me store my lawnmower and tools and things in his space. But really looking to build this garage somewhere to park the vehicles so they're covered, as well as to store some of my woodworking equipment, things like that. And then the additional space upstairs. If any of you are familiar with some of the older Akron houses, there's just not a lot of common living space. And as my kids get older, I would prefer just having the additional space out there for them to play and be a place that they and their friends want to hang out versus trying to move outside of the neighborhood to expand the space. So thank you for letting me share.
Alan, I can share your plans if the chair wishes.
Yeah, and can you confirm your address, please?
Yes, I live at 49 Jewett Street.
Alan, did you
Yeah.
want to sort of?
Yeah, so I had shared this presentation with Mike just to show like the purchase condition when I bought this house off Zach was the house was actually unlivable. There were some conditions that I had to improve before my family could even move into it. So I bought the house off Zach for $10,000, and ended up putting probably close to 40 or 50,000 into it just to move in, and then the house appraised for like 27. So not looking for this to be something I flip and sell for a profit, but to be somewhere that move into. So you can see the after pictures here. And then the open lot behind my house was actually like a two-story colonial home that was built behind our properties that was abandoned. There was actually a bunch of animals and people going in and out of that building. And so it was a good thing it was torn down. And that's where I'm hoping to build the garage structure. So I shared this just to show that, I currently own the 4 lots that are in orange, and Zach Cole owns the 3 lots in blue. And so all the properties being impacted are really between him and I. And, all of these properties we've made some considerable investments in over the last 5 to 7 years.
Wow, that's nice.
So this is the current design model that I am planning on designing to build. Obviously, I wanted approval from the Planning Commission and the council before actually submitting the plans for permits and everything and finalizing the design. But this is the structure that I'm hoping to build with. The only modification would be a smaller door on the left side for storage equipment, and maybe a larger door on the right for 2-car parking. So this is the overall layout. So the bottom would just be a garage, and then the upstairs an open area that we would be hoping to turn into living, like hangout space. And really the only reason for the bathroom is because most of our houses were built with 1 second floor bathroom. And so having it as a detached garage just to be able to go to the restroom without going back into the primary residence. And I would extend utilities off my primary residence. Which I've met with a few people, and it looks like it should be somewhat easy to tie in based on where they're currently at in my house. This was the ideal zoning that we discussed, just because the parcel is offset behind my house today. And so I also own the property that faces Bookdale. And so by splitting off a portion of that parcel would make this these combined parcels look just make more sense versus having the offset parcel sit to the left.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak in favor of this item?
Yep. So Zach Cole, my address is 47 Jewett Street. I'm approaching this topic both from direct neighbor, but also executive director of the Well CDC that's focusing on developing housing in the Middlebury neighborhood and really thinking about bringing population back to this community in a way that supports economic development and housing development. And so from a resident side, I own the only properties that would truly be affected, and I'm more than happy to work with AJ and figure it out. Our families kind of share a backyard, and our shared interest in this project. So I'm for the project, but then also as the executive director of the Well, I think these types of structures in older neighborhoods become really important as we try, to be honest, to keep people like AJ who have the capacity to go to other neighborhoods. If we want to really be able to develop mixed income communities, then I think projects like this become really important in a community where, AJ's first floor living space is 20 by 10, and that's the living room. So for him, someone who has the means and ability to do this, I think it's important in neighborhoods like Middlebury that we modernize what people are allowed to do and build and create space for their family. So thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you. Is there anyone to speak in opposition? Recommendation from the commission.
Move to approve.
I'll second it.
Mr. Wyatt,
Yes.
Ms. York,
Aye.
Ms. Boyes,
Yes.
Mr. Rowan,
Aye.
Mrs. Green.
Yes. The public hearing on this item is closed. We'll move to renewals. And item number 1 is recommendation for approval. The petitioner is in compliance with the conditions of the ordinance.
Second.
Okay, Mr. Wyatt,
Yes.
Mr. Owen,
Yes.
Ms. York,
Aye.
Ms. Boyes,
Yes.
Mrs. Green.
Yes. Item number 2, recommendation for approval. The petitioner has complied and is maintaining the property. You have a second?
Second.
Mr. Wyatt,
Aye.
Mr. Owen,
Aye.
Ms. York,
Aye.
Ms. Boyes,
Yes.
Mrs. Green.
Yes. Item number 3, recommendation is for approval. The petitioner has complied and is maintaining the property.
Second.
A second?
Mr. Wyatt,
Aye.
Mr. Owen,
Aye.
Ms. York,
Aye.
Ms. Boyes,
Yes.
Mrs. Green.
Yes. Item number 4, recommendation is for approval. The petitioner has complied and is maintaining the property.
Second.
Mr. Wyatt,
Aye.
Mr. Owen,
Aye.
Ms. York,
Aye.
Ms. Boyes,
Yes.
Mrs. Green.
Yes. Item number 5 is to file, recommendation is to file. The building has fire damage and has been raised.
Second.
Mr. Wyatt,
Aye.
Mr. Owen,
Aye.
Ms. York,
Aye.
Ms. Boyes,
Yes.
Mrs. Green.
Yes. Thank you. Is there anything else to come before the commission? Have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody, and have a good weekend.
Yeah,
Thank
great.
you.